if you're having a W-2 income, we say salary or commissions and bonuses like that, and then you have a business and that brings income, now you are having this pool of money that you would like to invest so that it makes the equity bigger. Then you refi, we call the waterfall refi, because debt equity is no good equity. Aha, that's a good thing right there. See, if you have lots of two, three, $4 million staying in the equity, and the market also goes up and down, by the way. All the emerging markets don't stay all the way to the top, they come down. That's why I try to sell with 3 to 5, 6 years, because we have gone to leave some, profits for the new buyer so that they could make that. Then, there are IRR reports, there are all these, because each market is cyclical, we call it. So we have to keep that in mind when we take that equity out in a waterfall by refi. Now you could use that money to pay the loan back or the investor's money back. Now they got their money back, they can reinvest with you into new deals in other emerging markets. So it's a beautiful thing once you understand the whole psychology of how to buy right, sell right, and then hold it and then reinvest again. You know, that's what it's all about.
So what you just said, Vinny, and so for everybody who's listening, he said dead equity is bad. I know
Yeah.
sometimes it's easy to think equity in a property is a good thing, but dead equity is the equity just sitting there not getting a return. That's where the
Yeah.
ROE equation comes from, return on equity. If you have
Equity.
a
Yeah.
million dollars in equity and you're pulling in $100,000 a year, cash flow, passive income,
Mm-hmm.
cool,
Mm-hmm.
10%, great. But if that property goes to $2 million in equity, or let's say the property it's a
Yes.
$10 million property and it just goes up 10% over 2 years, now you got $2 million in equity in it. Well, now you're getting 5% return on equity. And let's say that happps
So,
again, a few more years
mhm.
go by and this thing goes up, now it's $3 million in equity.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
now you're at 3%, 3.5% return on equity. Now you're getting, it's dead equity. You're getting no money for the amount of equity sitting there. What is, how do you know that, Vinny? Like, how do you,
I would say, I'm so glad you're saying that. It was in my mind. We should talk about profile, risk profile. See, the LTV is based on equity and debt. So, loan to value, you definitely want in a uncertain market, LTV should be as low as possible. Aha.
yeah,
The lenders also, the banks also will give you better rates. Everything, if you're putting 40% down, 35% down. I have bought deals at, like 17% down, right? In certain places, even 10% down, 90-10, and like that. But in good times, you got to be really looking at what deal you have, each deal specific, where your underwriting should be very conservative. See, that's the problem. Many times we mess around with these numbers, and by putting wrong numbers, we can come up with some inflated returns. And that can hurt us. We need to be very judicial and underscore what our assumptions are, not to take too much interest. I mean, the increase in rents, or we do the value add. We need to do more comparisons of the properties around so that we are not taking the cap rate as, hey, we're going to go way down in cap rate. When the cap rate decreases, the value shots up many multiples. So you have to be very, very careful.